This is not Hobo Fist and Friends. That'll be later on today. Gimpy the Crusader. Again, this is playthrough number 4 for me. 4 days, 15 minutes into this run. And again, first run was as the Lich, as a Oracle / Hell Knight Signifier. Second run, Azada and Gold Dragon. Again, did that as an Arcanist. And with a 1 level dip into the dual Bloodline for Sorcerer for reasons. Third run was Demon as a half-orc Demon Slayer. You know, the ironies of the universe type deal. And of course this one is Dwarf and Crusader. And we're currently in Blackwater. We're almost done here. We stopped here last week because we have one more big fight to do, and I think that's pretty much it for here. I think we'll find out, but we're almost done here. Probably an hour or 2 at most. But anyway, cast of characters. So Gimpy the Crusader, neutral good dwarven Crusader. Crusader, of course, is a cleric archetype. Doing a weapon of choice is great swords, and currently using the Fatal Beacon, which is a +3 greatsword, holy greatsword. Sorry. When it gets a critical hit, enemy loses the ability to get attacks of opportunity for 1 round, suffers a -5 penalty to athletic skill checks, and a -2 penalty to reflex saving throws. Multiple applications do not set. It's a good little holy sword. It works pretty well. Gimpy is also being a cleric. He's a green faith cleric, meaning he gets animal domain, and as a result, he chose a bear, specifically Espresso the bear, to be his friend and companion, and mainly his horse too. So Gimpy runs around riding the bear, swinging at stuff with the sword. And there's Espresso. Espresso's doing pretty well. Espresso is our best tank in the group currently. And speaking of other things, Veronica. Veronica is the only mercenary in this group for this run. Why? I don't know. Just because. Oh, it's not. I do know, because blood kineticist finally works the way it's supposed to. All the abilities actually work. The main issue with it, though, which is my big issue with it, is blood blast look like water blast. I don't know why they can't make them red, but you know, make them a little bit like blood. Not that it's a huge deal, but it'd be nice for this little effect. But we don't expect that to happen anytime ever. So, anyway, her main role in the party is to basically be a sniper. So, basically ranged attacks, hitting really hard. That's basically her main job. Okay, and the rest of the party, we have Sela. Sela, of course, is a paladin. She is our current tank. Currently using a shock longsword because the creatures in this dungeon don't die for real until you hit them with electricity of some kind, and this is a good way of getting it done without having to waste spells and stuff. Okay, then we have Ulbrig. Ulbrig is part of the newest DLC, the Last Sarkorians. He is a shifter, a Griffinheart shifter, as you can see. And unfortunately, that archetype is only available to him. I'm not exactly sure why, other than I know his storyline is based on it, or has something to do with it, I think. But they really should have let this archetype be available to all shifters. But they didn't, and that's the way it is. Anyway, his main role in the party is to do melee damage, which he's doing a decent job So, okay, then we have Darren. Darren is, of course, an oracle. His main job in the party is to heal, buff, and do arcane damage, even though that's not really what our oracles do, but we gave him the right items to do that, so he's throwing fire around and that kind of thing. Mainly because we don't have an arcane caster in the group, so he's kind of filling that role at this point in time. He also has a pet wolf, because he's in a mythic path. We had him go to a second domain, and he picked animal domain mainly to get Bob here. Just a little bit of extra melee damage for us. Darren is not using him as a mount, so Bob just runs around, helps trip things, do some damage to random things that are standing around doing not much of anything. So anyway, that's Bob. And then last but not least is Arush. Oh, and also we picked Darren because this is the first time Darren has been a significant character in our runs. Normally, in the previous 3 runs, he was just in for doing his storyline stuff, and that was it. In this particular run through, he is actually
Hello everyone.
Playing a complete role.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel.
Too slow for me.
If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. Also, please like and comment on his videos. He won't bite. I promise. That's it. Thanks.
Yep, thank you, and happy Wednesday. Hey Gray, welcome back. Oh, wait a minute, sorry, you're new here. So welcome to the stream. Be sure to hit that follow button. Anyway, last but not least is Ruchelay. She's in the party basically for the same reason as Darren. She's never really accompanied us very long in the storylines, or only for her own storyline. She's really been in our groups for. No particular reason why. But this time we actually went through the effort to get her as soon as possible. If you don't know how to do that, Google it. So she's been with us for quite a while now, and her main role is, of course, as an archer. Espionage expert is a ranger archetype, and then rogue. Give her some levels of rogue just to give her some sneak attack damage to up her damage production up a little bit. So anyway, so that's our party. Mrs. Gimpy needs to talk to me real quick. She looks like she's looking for dogs. They're not in here. She's looking for the dogs to take them on their morning run, and they're not actually in here for a change. How you manage to wake up before noon? I don't know. An alarm clock? Sun hits you in the eyes? There's all kinds of things that can happen. Oh, and also, this? Oh, that's right. We use the transmogrifier column. It's not its name, but that's what it does for appearance purposes for Gimpy. Because we didn't really like the look of this chainmail camaraderie on him, so we made it look like, I'm guessing, plate mail of some kind that we have floating around. So that looks pretty good. I think we did that with Aru too. Yeah, Aru did the same thing. She's got the same piece of equipment as Gimpy, but we gave it more of an armor looking for her. Because that's not really what it looks like. So, but it looks better. Not that it matters. Okay, so stuff. Again, we're in this room. So this particular area, we have one big fight left.
Watch out for trouble.
And I forget how to get there. I think it's that way. Flaming lockpick could open this lock, but it requires a fuel. Over here. Will this door open for us? I don't know. Hey, look, it opened up. Okay, so now the question is do we want to cheese our way through here because these guys have... Oh, this one's armor class is not super ridiculous. So we might just have to kill him. Who wants to shoot him first?
Skip the pleasantries.
Okay, Darren's down to 6 scorching rays, so we'll have him do it. Veronica. Here, blast him. Oh look, he died. Where are his friends? Is the real question. Where did his friends go? There's his friend.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
Okay, Bob, get in there. So this is just a half turn. Should have waited, actually. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Take you.
Death from above. This is what the this particular shifter can do. Basically flies up and ignores all obstacles between him and his charging target. And he gets a full round of attack afterwards when he gets there. So, no problem. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this... Tharavant.
I finished here.
What at first appears to be a
Is there
patch
more?
of rust is revealed upon closer inspection to be an old bloodstain spread across the wide drain. Oh, and Rocket just came in here. He's hiding now. Just a second. I need to help get him out for his walk. Otherwise, he's going to throw a fit. Anyway, be back shortly. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Because of because Rocket and Mickey don't have the best vision anymore, specifically Rocket, and we live on the second floor, and so we have to go. He has to go downstairs to go on his walks and stuff. And he's fairly recently, within the last month or so, maybe, he doesn't always want to go down the stairs because he can't see as well. So he needs a little bit of encouragement, and so that's my job. Mrs. Gimpy gets down in front of this, gets down lower on the stairs just in case, and then I kind of gently nudge him down the stairs. And Mickey too sometimes, but that's become part of our process now for the morning walks. He doesn't do it on the evening walks usually, but for the morning walks he does. Anyway, no idea why. Anyway, so thank you for being patient, and we just got here. So okay, so bloodstained stuff. And who are you? Athara Vons. Gay warrior in a Crusader's tabard rocks back and forth in a meditative trance. Her mangled head is adorned with the same type of sinister-looking circlet you've seen on the other guards. But she uses no menacing demands for you to surrender to 100 Faces' mercy. Instead, she quietly whispers, Iomade emboldened my spirit before my death. So, background, this place is basically using technology to turn people... Well, there's a thing here that is turning people into cyborgs, basically. And they basically these are little circlets that put probes into their brains and that kind of stuff, and they basically mind control in that way. So that's basically what the whole little story is. A sinister looking circlet. Okay, hey, are you alive? The warrior starts as if waking up from a deep slumber. She stares at you in surprise. You're not one of 100 Faces' servants. You don't have one of those cursed circlets. Praise Iomade. I prayed someone would come and help me. Please end my suffering. There's a mixture of pain and relief in her eyes. Well, help you, sister. You're not alone anymore, says Sela. A sister in faith. Oh, praise the goddess. I've abandoned all hope of ever seeing a friendly face again. What's your name? Athara Vons, corporal in the Bendevian army. Our squad was lured to this place. We were on forward patrol when we met a man. He told us that a group of slaves had escaped from the demons and taken shelter in this camp. He said they had many wounded who needed help. Once we entered the camp, we had no way of leaving. We're your comrades. They have all fallen. When we realized we were trapped, we tried to fight our way to the heart of this compound, but we stumbled upon some magical device that seems to incinerate minds. We had to stop and take up defensive positions nearby. We were holed up there for 2 days while our wizard tried to find a way past it. But those abominations came and picked us off one by one. They deliberately avoided killing us. They just wounded us enough to cripple us. Then later, the ones they'd taken came back, with their heads cracked open, she shudders. They didn't recognize us. They carried out someone else's will, shouted someone else's words, but the voices, they were the voices of my friends. When I alone was left, and they came for me, I just couldn't. I couldn't end their lives. Damn coward. I just couldn't bring myself to do it, and they made me into this. What did they do to you? They cut open my skull and shoved this thing into my head to control me. And then, these sadists knew every flavor of pain. They tore me open and shoved their vile machines into my body, then sewed me up just to start tearing at another spot. They sealed my wounds shut, poured some potions into my veins that made my insides burn, and all the while I could hear him, that voice, that disgusting voice. Her hysterical scream becomes a desperate, forlorn howl. Through immense force of will, she pulls herself together and starts whispering a prayer to Iomade. Her breathing slows and some semblance of calm reappears on her face. If they close in on you, do not let them take you prisoner. Kill yourself, and do it so there's nothing left behind for them to use. She casts a look of pure hatred at the machine nearby. There it is, their altar of torment, the thing that maimed me. Now the master of these monsters sends me orders through psionics, and my body keeps trying to obey. These circlets are his reins. I wanted to enter his lair and kill him, but the closer I got to him, the harder it was for me to fight against his voice ringing in my ears. You're still in control. Why haven't you ended your life yourself? I've tried so many times, but each time I was about to end it all, I felt fear, and fear weakens the will, so the voice in my head sounded even louder, even stronger. I could feel myself slipping away. I worried that if I tried to inch the blade closer to my throat, he would bind me to his will forever, so all I could do was wait. How did you manage to resist being possessed? She lets out a painful chuckle. It's not easy. His voice enters your mind, and to defy his commands is torture, but I'm a medium, and I'm used to hearing voices in my head. They almost drove me mad as a kid until I learned to quiet them. That's why I joined the Crusaders when I grew up. I prayed to Ep24 for help, and she blessed me with the fortitude I needed. That's why I'm fighting, and why I keep fighting. I'll keep fighting that scumbag for as long as I can. He's breaking me bit by bit, but I'll stay strong. Because as soon as I give up, Ep24, please no. Her eyes widen in fear, and a spark of lightning arcs along the spikes of her circlet. A tear runs down her cheek. I don't want to lose myself. It's terrifying. Gods, it's so terrifying. The warrior barely manages to fight back a sob. But now you've come, and that means I haven't been holding on in vain. There, in that pile of clutter, I hid the relics of our squad carried. I was the last, and the others haven't seen the cache, so they couldn't report it to the enemy. Take them all. Relics blessed by Ep24 never fall into the hands of these monsters. Must never fall. I will help you. Thank you, but I cannot be saved. I no longer want to live with this abomination in my head, but I cannot get rid of it. It will fry me from the inside if I try to take it off. There's only one way out, to end it all. If the voice in my ears had quieted down even for a second, I would have done it myself. So help me. But do it all quickly and cleanly. Maybe I watch over your soul. Thank you. I don't want to hear him in my head any longer. There's the stuff. Some relic. Golden chain of diamonds. And brilliant inspiration. Between you and the subject's mind, giving advice and encouragement as long as the spells have whatever. So. The corpse under the sheet is one of the defenders of this place. Their mechanical parts have been roughly ripped out and the flesh discarded like carrion. There's our fuel that we need. The anatomical drawing, replete with stomach-turning details, sets out how to crown a victim with a sinister barbed circlet. The corpse is mutilated. Head shows that an attempt was made to place the circlet on the victim's head, but they did not survive the agonizing operation. Guess I should save, huh? The contraption before you looks truly sinister, like the entrails of some sort of sea creature. A glinting tangle of ebony tubes connects to a capacious vessel. The binding, splattered with blackened blood, must serve to hold helpless victims. You notice this piece of scalp stuck between the teeth of the serrated saw. The shiny and impossible sharp drill is sickening to look at. It's like the machine is sleeping, but ready at any moment to awaken and recommence torturing and dissecting living flesh. Examine it, because we're sick. It appears that this machine is what performed the heinous and disfiguring procedures on the guards that have turned them into puppets. A separate compartment of the machine holds an orderly stack of nefarious circlets, their metal spikes gleaming. Examine the circlets. Numerous crystal plates, no thicker than a hair, covering the inside of each circlet's rim. These plates overlap in an intricate pattern and are connected by a web of grayish metal fibers. Small spheres of a cloudy stone that resembles smoky quartz rest against the temples. It's possible that these are what the mysterious master uses to deliver commands to his slaves. Try to get a sense of how the circlets work. Carefully touching the crystal plates, you analyze the circlet's reactions. Some touches make the circlet vibrate quietly, while others cause tiny storms of lightning to run along the spikes. Even though this contraption was created by adepts of a magic that you're completely unfamiliar with, you are nonetheless certain that it is magical. Basing your assumptions on your knowledge of primary arcane principles, you're able to guess the access keys to some of the simplest, least sophisticated functions and activate the circlet. It seems that this item was crafted to the use of psionic magic, a crown that can heighten one's sensitivity to such influences, but it could instead be made to protect the wearer from psionics. With help with tools available to you, convert the crown into a protective circlet. Sure. Yes. No. It's not working.
Hello everyone.
It's not working.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen.
Provides a healer with
That way you will be
information on
notified by
patients'
Twitch
current
when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. That's it. Thanks.
I don't think we have the crown yet. I think that's why that's not working. Why it's kind of read it out. I think it's because we don't actually have the crown yet. So why that's an option, I don't know. But that's the way it is. No, don't do that. Okay, what's down this hallway? The last gift of a brilliant mind. Oh, this thing. Okay, let's make sure we all have the resist electricity on. We have acid, fire, electricity, so we're good. This won't hurt much. Zap, zap. And turn that off. So, no experience, huh? People actually took damage. It hurted? Nah, it didn't really hurt that much. I mean, it hurt somewhat, but not as much as it could have. Oh, it could use a little bit of a heal.
Missed me already.
There. Now, unfortunately, see, if you can see, our people are healing naturally because of Gimpy. But for some reason, because of the way it works, is you have to have mythic powers in order for that regen to work. And unfortunately, our pets do not have mythic powers. They should, but they don't.
Keep your calm.
They did be really awesome, but for some reason they didn't give the pets mythic powers. Okay, so this room. Guess we're not getting out of this room. The mage's voice is quiet, matter of fact. You've demonstrated superior abilities. We are impressed. We greet you, candidate. Who are you? We are Hundredface, the mind engineer, the alloy of mortal and immortal. We oversee this community. You realize you've seen this face before, the cowl-shaped visage of the Kelid Velg, who told you about this place. The top of Hundredface's skull has been removed, like the others, but the crown he's wearing is much larger and more intricate. Hey, I know you. True, your arrival was planned in accordance with the schedule. Given that the original host's body possesses the most advanced functionality, we used it to convince you to come. We are satisfied with the fact that you arrived within the scheduled time limits, as did all previous candidates. The calculations do not require adjustment. The original host's name does not matter, and neither does the history of his existence. We are not what he was. We have long surpassed the limitations of our mortal creature's mind. The singular personality was split in order to achieve complexity of thought. Now we are a collective. We are Hundredface. So many fancy words, but it's also simple. You used to be human, then you became a monster. That's it. So, you even turned yourself into a machine. True, the exhaustion and deterioration of living tissue reached critical levels. For the purposes of a continuation of function, a number of measures were taken. The decision was considered acceptable. The procedure resulted in the duration of existence being extended by an undefined length of time, which will prove sufficient for the discovery of permanent solutions. Why have you lured me here? The question requires a multi-part response. First, we have been testing our location's deterrent system. The deterrent system has been judged unsatisfactory. Adjustment based on this observation is required. Second, we have been testing you. You have been deemed satisfactory, candidate. You will be subjected to the modernization procedure. Third, we have been searching for a fitting specimen as a replacement to lead our field combat unit. Your abilities have been deemed extraordinary. The modernization procedure will be modified in order to take this specimen's particular properties into account. We are satisfied to the highest degree, and you are experiencing a state of euphoria. Oh, sorry, and our experience of euphoria. We wish to inform you that you will serve as the leader of our army. What are you doing here? We are conducting the project, implementing a schedule, and gathering an army. While incrementally enhancing countermeasures, we are attracting increasingly more dangerous opponents to absorb their abilities through modernization and amalgamation. The next scheduled phase is to attract a high volume of non-mortal opponents, such as the demon armies of the world wound. The chances of victory are adequate. They wanted to fight the demons and turn themselves into monsters that are no better. What is that? What is it that, if not triumph for the Abyss? What is that, if not a triumph for the Abyss? How do you convince the Sarkorians to serve you? The manipulative approach was deemed optimal. The specimens were modified by the promise of assistance, or motivated by the promise of assistance. Mistrust was suppressed through the weakening of their identities' basic elements such as hope, religious beliefs, or ethical limitations. Insubordination was suppressed through internal purges. My, a machine that can lie, scheme, and manipulate. It seems the end of aristocracy is upon us. Who needs counts and barons when this handy mechanism does it all for you? You're just playing with the lives of others. True, playing a game is the preferred default activity for the most advanced intellects. The mind's purpose is to play and find the optimal strategy to achieve total victory. How do you bend mortals to your will? You cannot comprehend the intricacies of our work. It is highly probable that you assume that the key is the direct cerebral connection, but that is an insignificant accomplishment within our project. Our true genius is embodied in the device you are observing at this moment. It collects external thoughts that are then translated into generic signs, stored, transformed, and sent back to us as commands. This process is efficient. The cognition circuit receives the command and compels the body to execute it. It expels all redundant and resistant elements from the specimen's mind. Our device is the pinnacle of scientific thought, a mechanism created by a mortal being, yet it surpasses its creator in every aspect. It is the beginning of a new era, a gateway to the future. It allows us to control our servants. We are holding them at the tip of our thoughts. Our soldiers have forgotten the meaning of fear. We have erased it from their hearts and minds. They have forgotten their lives, the reclaimed space that's been used to store knowledge of combat arts and mastery of Numerian weapons. They know no pain, and their bodies remain obedient to the cognition circlets, no matter the wounds they sustain. Until their functionality is lost completely, they will execute the commands. Observe, even physiological death failed to make many of them abandon their post. Is this not the perfect army? Should you not be bowing before our genius and thanking us for revealing the truth? All these never-before-seen mechanisms, how did you obtain them? They are procured in the depths of Numeria. We executed a series of expeditions into Silver Mount, where we discovered these and many other pieces. Killing noise, chambers of eternal life, artificial creatures, technology, even 100 faces, impassive voice tenses upon uttering the last word. These items were crafted from sky metals. They are not from Galarian. They were created under the light of other stars. Hey, Mozart, welcome back. Necrons? Not really. The Technic League in Numeria extracts some machines from the ground. They think they can understand their essence and claim them. False. The nations of Galarian are underdeveloped beyond measure compared to the creators of these items, and their failure is therefore assured. Only the device that we assembled is capable of fully grasping technology. Terminator Necrons? No, they're cyborgs, but they're not Necrons. I won't submit to you. False. We will now begin the preparations for modernization.
Time to practice my combat abilities.
Okay, so we have to get down the barriers, and that is by taking out the little pillars, right? The question is, which way should everybody go? Oh, perfect. We can get over there fairly quick. Bob. Can you bring Bob click stuff? I think Bob can click stuff. Look, lightning. So that's one.
Saturday and Sunday, May 20th and 21 are the monthly giveaways for May. A $25 Steam gift card will be given away each day. You have to be a follower of the channel and present to win. Check with Gimpy if you have any questions about the giveaway. Thanks for watching.
Yes, giveaway. We got a giveaway later on today, and congratulations again to Thunder, who won yesterday. Sorry about that. The Mirror is a strange addition to Galarian. They tried to make the Pathfinder rule too catch-all. Same thing was done in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, though. Actually, Dungeons and Dragons, period, because they were trying to promote Spelljammer, so which was a spin-off of Dungeons and Dragons, and they actually created a module in Dungeons and Dragons that kind of bring over some of the technology from Spelljammer, and they're kind of doing the same thing. They did the same thing in Galarian. So, hey Fanny, welcome back. Pathfinder, Wrath of the Shorty. Hey, don't be heightist. It's not really hurting. She doesn't have her dexterity and constitution turn on, so get that going. Sunburst didn't do a whole lot to us, which I'm okay with.
So
Get him, Gimpy.
it comes to this.
Okay, Aru. Step that way.
I will resist.
I forgot what bow she's using. I think she's using an electric bow, right? That we picked up. Shock composite, yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay, you're John. Go press that button. So, barrier is down. Probably should have waited another turn, but we'll be fine. Darren. A little bit closer. What spells and shit does he have on him? Mage armor, heroism, stone skin. Not a big choice. There are a lot of stuff there, shockingly. Flame Strike's gonna hit friendly, so I want to do that. Oh, control fireball though. And some reason that hit friendlies. A controlled fireball, whatever. You can control the damage to your allies. Control fire does minimum damage to them. That doesn't look like minimum damage. $11 points of damage because it's got the +5 on top of it. That's whatever. Fails over from spell resistance of a douchebag over there. So good job, Darren. Hurting our own people.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
15. And Veronica blast him.
Strike with all your might.
Oh, look, that was easy. Did I? Stand by me, and immediate extermination has been considered ineffective. The viability of our host has been compromised. The probability of death is estimated at 100%. The device must not cease its operations. We are ready to transfer the device's control codes to you. Why are you giving your creation over to me? Self-perfection. We approach self-perfection by increasing the complexity of the structures we develop. The device is the most perfect and the most complex of the structures of our making. Its continuing operation will guarantee the successful completion of our function. And Mrs. Gimpy needs to talk to me, because she's a perfect machine. Be right back. Okay, for the record, Mrs. Gimpy is mean. She's. Yes, you are. Rocket can't see, and he just walked into a wall. Poor Rocket. Rocket can't see very well anymore. She was making fun of him because she brought him home from their dog walk, and they're supposed to get treats. And apparently he wandered off a little bit in the house, and she was waving the treats at him, and he kind of like walked over towards her, and he started trying to bite out like he was an alligator or something, but he was a little short from getting it, and she started laughing. She's mean. Mrs. Gimpy is totally mean. I don't know why they keep her around. Anyway, Hundredface starts speaking in Hallett, the language of the Numeria, and his voice takes on a almost physical presence. His words are impressed upon your mind with such force you doubt you'll ever be able to forget them. Upon completing his task, Hundred Faces gives an approving nod. The code that controls the device is known to you. Use it. Its potential is limitless. It will run the necessary procedures on mortal candidates with no need for your input. You will be able to make use of the results. Awaiting affirmative response. Now Mickey wanders in here, checking, making sure I'm here. And then here, there he goes. Anyway, so give me your stuff. No. The device greets your approach with majestically cold indifference, judging by the sounds it makes. It is continuing its frightening and monumental work even after its owner's death. Examine the device. The device makes all of Hundred Faces' other creations look like pathetic tin handicrafts. In its inner workings reveal an array of perfect geometric forms, and a large crystal covered in minuscule engravings hovers suspended at its very center. Meet that thing up there, the purple thing. The wave of energy it envelops you. This crystal contains tremendous power, and it is the writing on its surface that directs that power. It feels as if the device itself is a living creature, one that is merely sleeping for now. Arcane 26. Hey, you might break this roll. Figure out how it works. Succeeded. Recalling all that you've ever read or heard about the Numerian arts of technomancy, you fully understand the sheer genius of Hundred Face. Did he even realize what he'd created? That the function for which he was using the device, controlling enslaved warriors, was but a shred of its true potential. One might as well use a finely tuned astronomical instrument as a paperweight. The key, unique feature of the device is its ability to read and process the thoughts of sentient creatures. By absorbing them into the crystal that serves at its heart, it breaks complex thoughts and emotions down into basic clear symbols readable by anyone. It perceives deep personal feelings and casually assimilates any experience, no matter how unique. It learns, and what it learns is everything. Hundred Faces' army provided it with many thoughts and emotions, but the device hungers for something more. Observing this magnificent monster is both breathtaking and terrifying. Destroy the device that should not exist in this world. Speak the code that Hundred Face instilled in your mind. Destroy it, because we're good guys. The device refuses to die. He watches clouds of metallic dust erupt from its depths and gather around the parts you've damaged, restoring their original condition. You hear a low scraping noise coming from the core of the mechanism, like a giant tossing and turning in a steel cradle, shaking off sleep. Don't destroy it. I'm supposed to destroy it. Because we're good guys. Now that you've attacked the device, it tries to awaken, to become more complex in order to protect itself. Without wasting another moment, you call upon all your power and deliver a single unstoppable deadly blow. It tears the massive crystal heart from the depths of the device. The mechanism thrashes around
everyone.
like a beast in agony
My name
until
is
at last
Veronica
it goes
and
still.
welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. Also, please remember that YouTube wants you to like and comment on his videos. Thanks.
Yep, thank you. How can we have video games if we don't have a computer? Video games existed before computers. It was called a ball, and the sunlight, and grass. Those were video games, the original ones. How is stopping technological progress an act of good? Because technology is evil. If anything has taught us in the last few years, technology is evil. Those aren't video games. Yes, they are. Hey, Ring, welcome back. Of course they're video games. What else would they be? Okay, so now what's funny is we still can't convert the crowd, and we don't have the crown. Somehow I thought we were supposed to have a crown, but we don't. Humans are evil, though. They are the creators of the technology, so by default, technology is evil. Hey, I know you guys. Okay, the concept of good and evil, so we're both good and evil.
I sense something.
Maybe. Oh, look, it's the helmet of the Abyss Killer. Still don't understand why this is in the game. The crates numbered with numeric symbols are arranged with compulsive precision. Yes, it's the Doomslayer helmet. I still don't understand why it's in the game. Holy Rise on Elvis, blah blah blah. Clean that up. Just, I know it's an Easter egg, but I don't understand why it's an Easter egg in this game. And now you can transmog it into a regular helmet. Right. Again. Doom is a cool and popular game. Yeah, if you're playing in 1994. Electricity-driven machines seem designed for blacksmithing and producing items. I guess I wasn't supposed to take that stuff. In 2016 and 2020. Eh. Lost him, Darren. Roo, you're too close. Those fluffy boots you get in Treasure of the Midnight Isles. I've got like useless items. Yeah, that's very much a true statement. How come she's not shooting that one? Probably half turn, right?
We can do it!
You've made your choice.
Harder.
No glory.
Helps to go after the right things.
Out of my sight!
30 points. Wow. Oh, holy damn it. Divine. Oh, the leading strike.
Desna, guide my hand.
Good job, Aru. Nice shooting. Did we win? We won. We're in the Cyberbully the dungeon, yes. Cyberbully.
Focus on the goal.
Component for 100 face circuit. There. Need to protect yourself from the harmful psionic field enveloping this door before you open it. Oh, is this the circlet we were looking for? Probably not. Maybe it was. It was. Nope. Nope, stop. The crown to a protective circlet. So where are the other pieces?
Watch out for trouble.
And why didn't he have it on his head, I guess is the question. Because where's the circlet? Where's his circlet in particular? We didn't get it off his body. I feel like we got robbed when we killed him. Heart of the device. Crystal search overnight. What's blah blah blah. But the commander of the security destroyed that bomb machine that took the heart of the device as its trophy. Right. But where's actual stuff? I feel like we're missing stuff. You put the toxic there at the machine with the woman that asked you to kill her. Right. But it's not happening for some reason. Because that's where it just was. And it's not letting us do it. Unless I'm missing a part. See, it's the options there, but it's read it out. Yeah, I don't think I have all the parts for some reason. Just can't go through that door yet. Did you get the stuff around the starting rooms? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Go left the corridor and then left again. Right. I don't know if I went that way. Not that room. Oh, I haven't been through that door yet. Because we didn't have the key to it. Well, the explosive stuff. Open faster door.
finished here.
After pressing
Is
the
there more?
button a couple of times, a message flashes on the device screen. Psionic shielding tools, storeroom 1. Further attempts yield nothing more. So this would be the right room, probably. Crates are full of cleaning components covered in foul-smelling oil. Oh, look, a ring.
Hey Gimpy, it is time to take a break.
Already.
Your next break is in 1 hour.
Ignoring symbols are arranged at compulsive precision. After we look through everything in this room, of course. Ah, there's the stormload stuff. Okay, so there's our circlet. And the stormloads resolve. These are bracers that turn all your stuff and all your damage to electricity, and gives you some extra spells too. Trident. Ring of devastating will. To avoid magical and unusual attacks with great willpower, if the target makes a successful will saving throw against an attack that normally deals half damage on a successful save, instead they take no damage. Ring of protection 3. Don't need that anymore. Apparently we don't need that either. Shield of Faith. Good. Good. So again, the bracers, we'd want to put it on Darren, but he's got the scorching bracers, so he can do the scorching ray stuff. I guess the question is, the problem is he's doing fire, not electricity. We don't have anybody doing electricity. And he's the only spellcaster like him too. Was it, what the hell name they called him? Anyway, so we're good. Okay, so I'm going to take a break. Get up, stretch my legs, get some water, that kind of thing. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. If you change this mythic feat to Ascendant Alignment, it'll let you just cast any offensive spell with him on anything. Right. But in order to change it, I have to respec him, and I don't really want to do that. So anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the dog video.